Please just take your food and leave my restaurant. Get out. I don't want to deal with you right now. I want to get my job done. I want to clean. I want to close. I want to drive the fuck home. I got a fucking half-an-hour drive home. Hey guys, it's Avonlea. Disclaimer, this might be like a very unpopular opinion, but I actually enjoy working in fast food. I'm here today to talk about fast food and the things that I hate about working in fast food. I worked for Burger King 2016, and then I just recently worked at Arbys. When I worked at Burger King, I was backline, so I never dealt with customers. I just had to make the food and clean and stuff, but at Arbys I was frontline, so I did deal with drive-through, front counter, serving food. I had to deal with rude customers and like nice customers, and this is really my first job that I've ever had dealing with customers, but it's not that bad. I put together a list of things that I hate about working fast food, and I'm sure anybody who's worked fast food can agree, because these are like the most awful things that go on when you work fast food. Let's get started. Whenever I worked at Arbys, whenever someone would order a roast beef or a beef and cheddar sandwich, we would have to ask, do you want the classic, the double, or the half pound today? I can't tell you how many people have been like, oh no, I just want the sandwich. And I'm like, okay, great, but do you want the classic double or half pound? I think everybody hates, not just me, is rude customers for no reason, because there are those customers that'll come through the drive-thru and they're just being fucking rude to you and you haven't done anything wrong. There's always gonna be rude people and you gotta know how to deal with them or else you cannot work fast food. The first night that I worked at Arbys, there was this girl and this guy that came through the drive-thru, and I couldn't see them. I mean, there was a window so I could see them. It was at nighttime. It was around maybe an hour before we closed. A couple comes in, this guy's speaking, and I call everybody, every single person, hun, when I'm working drive-thru. So this guy pulls up to the window after like I complete his order. You know, his girlfriend literally looks at me and she's like, why you calling my boyfriend hun? You need to stop calling my boyfriend hun, or else I'm gonna come through that drive-thru window. And I'm like, bitch, try me. I just want to serve you your food so you can get out of my fucking drive-thru and I can go on with my night. It took so much patience for me to just not say anything. I smiled right in her face and I gave them their food. I was like, have a good night, hun. I hate whenever at nighttime I would go through the lobby to check the tables, make sure they're clean. I do not like customers who leave their napkins or their empty sauce things on the table. Instead of throwing them away with the rest of their tray, they decided that it would be okay for them to leave their shit on the table. And yes, I get it. Most people have the mentality that they're getting paid to do this, but in reality, I'm not getting paid any more than I would be getting paid if you didn't leave your shit on the table. So please fucking throw it in the garbage can with the rest of your fucking stuff. People that come in 5 minutes to close, or even 10 minutes to close. I have had so many customers come in the front. What irks me even more than a customer coming in 5 minutes before we close is a customer who comes in 5 minutes before we close and decides to eat in. Because we can't kick them out until they're done. Order their food, and then they would go sit down at the table and make a mess of the tables that I already went and cleaned off. So I have to go clean them again. Please just take your food and leave my restaurant. Get out. I don't want to deal with you right now. I want to get my job done. I want to clean. I want to close. I want to drive the fuck home. I got a fucking half-an-hour drive home. Like, people who come undecided in the drive-thru only really get on my nerves because if they get there, you know, the thing dings and I click the button and I'm like, thank you for choosing Arbys drive-thru. What can we get especially fresh for you today? Customer is like, I just need a couple more minutes because I'm still trying to decide. Okay, no problem. Take your time, let me know whenever you're ready. We'll get your order for you. The only reason it bothers me is because by the time this person is ready to order, there's another car or even 2 or 3 behind them, and there's a line building now, and now I've got a drive-thru full of cars when I just got done taking care of other cars and just finally started my tasks I have to take care of during my job. They all line up and they're like, surprise, motherfucker! Go away! Leave me alone, give me 10 minutes to get one thing done. Like, when customers do something deliberately to their food to make it look like something was wrong with it and come back through to get more for free. I had this one guy come through the drive-thru. He had a 6-piece mozzarella stick and he was like, can I have ranch with it? And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I went into the back, I checked the ranch. The packaging was completely fine. There was no holes in it or anything. And this guy comes back in literally like a minute later through the drive-thru and he goes, there's holes in my ranch packets. I would like some fresh ones. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, so I'm like, okay, come through, you know, I'll take care of that for you. We have like the packets, the pre-packaged that you just take out of the box, and then we had the peppercorn ranch, which was for sandwiches and stuff, and it tasted better anyway, so I figured he would like it. So I put it into like a little cup and put the top on it and gave him that kind of ranch instead. And he got pissed at me and he's like, where's the other kind of ranch? I want the other kind of ranch. And I was like, I'm sorry, I thought that maybe you would appreciate this better because then, you know, like, it's not torn open. And so I was just trying to be nice and he started complaining and I looked at him and I was like, do you not have ranch at your own house? I'm not even kidding. I said this because I was so upset. I was like, are you really coming through my drive-thru making up issues that weren't even there to begin with? One thing that really, really gets on my nerves. I don't mind having to clean the bathrooms. It's a part of my job. I understand I'm gonna have to do it. What I do mind is when a customer sees me come out of the bathroom and then they go in and fucking destroy it. Looks like I never even cleaned it to begin with when I go back in there to check on everything. Thank you for wasting 10 minutes of my fucking life by being an asshole. Don't be nasty. People just irritate me. People are so inconsiderate, and unless they're the ones who have to do the work, they really don't care. Customers who are regulars order the same exact thing every single time and then find something to complain about. There's one lady I can give an example of who came to Arbys all the time. She would get a beef and cheddar every single time that she came. She would go sit down with her little family. She would try to order like 4 extra sides of ranch and they're 15 cents a piece, so it's like I have to charge you for that, and she would get mad at me. That's not my fault, I'm sorry. She would do beef and cheddar every single time, and then she would come back and complain about something. There was too much sauce, there was too little sauce, the meat was nasty, or the bread was not the way she wanted it to be, it wasn't toasted enough, something, anything that she can complain about and get free food for, she would do it. People who get mad at the wait times. Listen, I understand if you come through the drive-thru and you're the only person there and you only get a couple of things. I can understand why you would be upset if you had like a bad wait time. You know, when it comes to like the situations that I've experienced where people got mad at the wait times, it'd be super busy, like on Fridays and Saturdays. You work fast food, you know the weekends are absolutely hectic and they're terrible and people never stop coming. Particularly Fridays for Arbys were the worst. It's one time, it's Saturday, I'm 3 o'clock-ish, and this girl comes through the drive-thru. We're already busy, wrapped around the building, mad people in drive-thru. I'm the only person working in drive-thru, so I'm getting drinks, I'm taking orders, I'm bagging their food, I'm making sure everything's right, I'm dropping stuff in the fryer. I'm doing all of this, and I'm taking care of all these customers. This girl gets up to my window after she came into a long line that was already like wrapped around the building. You can't sit there and be mad at me for just sitting in the line when you chose to come here when I already have like 6 cars ahead of you. So she gets to the window. She is like, why did I wait so long for my food? I was like, I'm really sorry, ma'am. I'm the only person in drive-thru right now and I'm doing everything by myself. Half the orders in front of her were big orders, like $40, $50 worth of food. I was already like struggling. I was already having anxiety. I have really bad anxiety when it comes to like people. It got a lot better over the span of working at Arbys. Days where it was really bad, and so my anxiety was terrible. She comes through and she's like, well, I want to speak to your manager. I was like, all right, well, I'll go get her for you. And then I turned around and she's right behind me, and she looks at me, and this manager, she's like my best friend. I'm not going to use her name for her confidentiality. I turn around and I'm like, can you please deal with her? I can't deal with her right now. And she looks at me and she goes, I got you. She's like, don't worry about it. She opens the window and she's talking to this lady, and this lady's just yelling at her and screaming at her. My manager just looked at me and she said, Avonlea, go smoke a cigarette, and then I'll call you back in through the headset when this lady's gone, because I know she's making you really upset, she's making you anxious, you just need to calm down because we've got a lot of drive-thrus in here right now and we need to get them out, but I don't want you to have to deal with this girl. So I went out and I smoked a cigarette and I calmed myself down. I love her, she was my favorite. One of my favorite managers. She gets me, you know, like we clicked because we have the same personality and we have the same sense of humor, and she understood me completely, so I didn't get in trouble unless there was a real reason for me to get in trouble. Moral of the story, don't go through a drive-thru when it's wrapped around with cars. single person who worked at Arbys with me would agree with this opinion. And I really hated was when we would have our happy hour, which was between 2 to 5. You could get dollar sliders, small drinks, shakes, fries, and cookies. So many people would just come in between happy hour and order 25 different fucking sliders. But I hated when people would abuse that and they would come through the drive-thru and be like, can I have 6 buffalo chicken sliders, 4 small curly fries, 6 vanilla shakes and 1 chocolate shake, and 1 mint shake. You just get out of my drive-thru right now because you're really fucking making me mad. I hate customers who come through, order a chicken product like chicken tenders or chicken nuggets or like a chicken sandwich, and it's late at night. There's a certain time when we stop making them before they're ordered because we want to prevent waste. Worst time that I've ever experienced this. I didn't personally have to deal with it because I didn't work drive-thru at Burger King, but I remember it was maybe second or third week working there, and I remember hearing over the headset as I'm making like sandwiches for the people in front of them. This lady comes through drive-thru and she's like, can I have the chicken nugget kids meals? That's gonna be a 6-minute wait. Are you okay with that? And she was like, are you serious? It's past my kids' bedtime and I really need to give them their food, blah, 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 and da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's not our fault your kids are out past their fucking bedtime. Like, maybe if you weren't a shitty parent, like, you know, came through here before their bedtime, then you wouldn't have had to worry about this, because probably chances are before their bedtime was probably the same time we were still making it before you ordered it. So if she would have showed up just like an hour earlier, she could have had chicken for her kids. Alrighty, last but not least, customers who get mad at you for trying to upsell to them. So I'm in drive-thru, as I often am. This is what all my managers told me. They were like, you're the best upseller, so we're putting you in drive-thru because I know you're gonna sell a bunch of shit. Whenever people would order their meals, I would be like, would you like to upsize some of our delicious mozzarella sticks or jalapeno bites today? And half the time people would say yes. This one example is from when we just got the mint shake and we got Oreo bites. I asked this girl if she wanted to try some of our delicious Oreo bites for dessert today, and she literally takes off from the speaker, comes up to my drive-thru, yells through the drive-thru window, and she says, you can cancel that order, speeds off, and almost fucking crashes into a car when she's leaving the fucking drive-thru. And I'm just like, okay, get pissed at me for trying to upsell you some food. All you had to say was no, and I would have been like, okay, is there anything else I can get you for your order today? People are just so petty and ridiculous and dramatic, and it's really annoying because it's like, all I'm trying to do is do my job. You know, I put 110% effort into my job. I always try to be welcoming and sound happy so that the customers want to come back, so they have a good experience. And I don't understand why people are so rude. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know down below in the comments what you guys hate about working fast food. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button and share with all your friends. Happy Friday. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week.